students at home. Today we are going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. We looked at how the Soviet Union took control over Eastern Europe. Today we want to look at this man called Khrushchev. We have 3 lesson objectives. We'll be looking at the reforms of Khrushchev. We'll be looking at the program of de-Stalinization and the challenges the Soviets control over Eastern Europe. Now, Stalin died in 1953. To many people, Stalin was a hero because he transformed the USSR to become a world power. People were complaining, people were thinking who to succeed Stalin. In 1953, a man called Khrushchev became the leader of the Soviet Union. Khrushchev was different from Stalin. Let's look at some of his reforms. He ended the USSR long feud with China and Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia was expelled from the Soviet Union because he collected money during the Marshall Aid. Peaceful coexistence with the West. For the first time, Khrushchev was talking about how to reconcile with the West. Reduction on arms, and he promised to improve the standard of living. Let's look at some of the Stalinization program of Khrushchev. Number 1, Khrushchev shocked the world by coming out to tell the world that Stalin was a wicked leader, and he began to destroy those things that Stalin stood for during his lifetime. For instance, he closed down Comintern. Last time we talked about Comintern, the political policy of Stalin in controlling Eastern Europe. He released thousands of political prisoners being imprisoned by Stalin. He invited Marshal Tito to Moscow. He was the leader of Yugoslavia. He invited him to Moscow. He dismissed Stalin's former foreign ministers. The Warsaw Pact was not changed. The only policy of Stalin that was not changed was the Warsaw Pact. That is, it was this association by this Eastern Europe that an attack on one is an attack on all. He did not change this. So for the very first time, the people in the Eastern Europe began to see hope to express their feelings concerning their government. Now let's look at some of the things that we'll be looking at in our subsequent teachings. The rise of opposition groups began to emerge because of the hope that Khrushchev gave them. The first opposition Khrushchev actually faced was to deal with the opposition in Poland. Khrushchev was also put to test again in Hungary, in Czechoslovakia, and the rest of them. In our subsequent teachings, we'll be looking at events that happened in Poland. We'll be looking at the one that happened in Hungary, the one that happened in Czechoslovakia, and the rest of them. And gradually, we are coming to the end of the Cold War. Let us meet in our Google class for further discussion. Thank you very much, and have a blessed day.